So it's 3:27 p.m. Monday, March 10th, 2025. Finally getting myself to the gym. First, I gotta go to the bank before they take my money. Yeah, I'm about to break down. At least I got out. And everything's breaking down where I live. I'm trying to just get some money, try to deal with everything, and I'm not dealing with it very well. I did finish one part of the expenses for 2021, just do that. That's what kind of got me coming out late. I had to finish that. I had to push through that. But then tomorrow I gotta go pick up money, and it's gonna take me an hour to get there. And I'm like, am I gonna go to the gym at 3 in the morning and then go thereafter? But then I'm gonna get home late from today, and I'm gonna be on caffeine, so I don't know, you know? Anyways, the employer who was having me redo my bills, because I charged them for books, for who was on the list as opposed to who actually showed up. So now I'm like thinking, okay, I gotta not get into that problem again, and don't buy the books till afterwards, and then that's a problem. It's always a problem. But he gave me another contract for the 4th of April to a place that's going to take me about an hour to get there. And it's only one class, and I'm taking it because I have nothing. So I noticed the rest of March is pretty quiet. So hopefully I can catch up with my expenses. But I have to keep things going, you know? All right, here's the bank. So there's a guy asking me where a place is, and I'm like, is he trying to scam me? You know, I don't like it when people come up and talk to me randomly. So I had to I gave him directions, but then he was like, can you look on your phone? And I'm like, I have data, I don't have enough data. But anyways, so, he's still there. There he goes. Crossing the street. I'm not in the right mood right now, you know? I'm trying to get to myself. So anyways, so the tough thing is I woke up at around 7 something. I don't know what time I went to bed. Hopefully before midnight, maybe after midnight. Yeah, because it was tough getting everything together. And then, just keeping the habit of brushing my teeth, and the hair, and then eating, and like all that stuff, and then trying to start with doing the expenses. So it's tough. It feels very overwhelming, It's not helping, finding out how Gene Hackman died alone with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's? Yeah. But it might be a good thing not knowing what's going on. I had to get out. Let's just put it that way. And then I was listening to YouTube videos from Dr. Marks. Is it Tracy Marks? I'm not sure. Psychiatrist, and she gives a lot of good tips. But she was talking about, isolation leading to cognitive decline, that we're all social beings. It was a good video. But didn't help me. I have to get out. That's pretty nice. Metallo fights. Yeah, so this employer, my first employer, gave me another contract, another hospital, an hour away, and first I had something on that, so that's why I didn't answer it yesterday. Because always when he's like preparing money, he'll ask me if I could do something else. I'm like, all right, but it was a contract from my present employer, wasn't confirmed, but I had to be in the right mind to call to see if there's anything about that before I add something else. I felt I should do that. So that took me a while. I had to begin a bit of caffeine to get into that mood to do that, you know. Anyway, so she said she would discuss, she didn't hear about it. She would have to call the owner, which is her husband, I think. And I finally said, well, if I didn't get any confirmation email as the instructor, I'll just assume it's not happening. I wanted to leave it at that because I wanted to take the other contract, And yeah, so I did. I had to make like a good decision, It all boils down to part of it is, meeting people in person, going to places where I have interests. So I'm always revisiting that. That was one of the tips on the Dr. Tracy Marks. I think it's her name. The gym's not cutting it for that to a certain extent, to a big extent, but there was one person from teaching CPR classes I don't know. I do not know. It all boils down to part of it is, meeting people in person, going to places where I have interests. So I'm always revisiting that. That was one of the tips on the Dr. Tracy Marks. I think it's her name. The gym's not cutting it for that to a certain extent, to a big extent, but there was one person from teaching CPR classes I don't know. I do not know. Anyway, so it's 7:06 p.m. So did a workout. The gym atmosphere was good. I got to clear my mind. I stayed at the squat rack the whole time, except for the last bit where I went to the machine next to it. So I had access to the machines I needed. I did a behind the neck shoulder press with not that much weight. I've been starting that just to keep a good range of motion behind and to allow the weight to actually drop the bar to touch me because I'm tight there. So that was good. And did the one leg, lots of stretches, but I did a one leg calf stretch, but building also, but with a stretch, and that started to improve. But my left ankle I seem to have an impingement on that one when I'm pressing. I'm weak and it feels blocked. And I've been having, the big toe, like a tendinopathy type thing, off and on for years. And it's like now I'm ready to hit everything, you know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing for a good year, since I hurt my knees, and I started hitting it a different way, trying to get every movement that if I feel something, work on that. But I can't work on everything at the same time. I have to mix it up, and I've been good because it seems to be working. And then I did a shoulder hyperextension, and my left shoulder was not as blocked, so that's good. So these improvements creep up on you, You can't force them, and you don't have to do it every day, but you work into it. So that's good. And I did my cardio, and I stuck with the bike because at the beginning I didn't want to do anything, and I was still full with food, and were starting to bloat from the food. And you can see my mood's better. I did have another dose of caffeine, but but initially getting there I felt like crap, of course, as you saw with my mood. So now I'm off to this store. I was gonna go to Walmart to buy food, but I'm like, just buy my rice here, So I got my basmati rice. It was 15, what is it, 1565, 1595? I just wrote it, 1565 I think, or 1590. I don't know, I just wrote it in my book. So it's nice weather. And I'm just going home. It's about a 2-minute walk from up there to there. You can see the whole bunch of buildings there. There's the one at the furthest back with all those windows. That's too far. But anyways, and this is a community garden. Is this what I see from this new building? What I see from my window? No. What side do I see? No, I see down that way. Because they built something. I gotta see what it is. Because it looks like they got a whole new high-rise up. I'm like, wow, they're quick nowadays. Yeah, let me see. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I've been thinking how I'm gonna handle tomorrow and the day after. So like tomorrow, I'm gonna go pick up Pei, and it's gonna take me an hour to get there. Originally I thought, okay, I'd wake up at 3, go to the gym, and then go there afterwards. Or even go to the gym that's where I just came from, which is closer to the place. I might still do that, but not wake up at 3. I have to emphasize my sleep, right? It's tough when you have so many decisions you need to make. I bought chocolate bars after. So there's that too. But then also the same thing for Wednesday. If I can get to the gym tomorrow, like whatever I'm gonna do, either I go get the Pei, come back home, take a small nap, go later to the gym like I did today, and it seems to be a nice crowd. I'll like that since I'm not working. And then Wednesday I could do the same thing, but I have to contact her tomorrow just to make sure, well, to tell her if she's going to be there, or maybe it might be Thursday, I don't want to give too much notice because then I might not do it, So, and that also takes an hour to get there. I think it's that all the way down there, but that seems too short. But let me see. That might be, that looks new, but who knows? Okay, it is it, because I'm looking at it now from my place, and that was empty before. They dug all that in, so there's probably a building next to it, but it's part of all that. Okay, I got it. Here we go. All right, so I'm back home. Suffice it to say, tomorrow, I'm not gonna put the added pressure of doing some more of my expenses. I might try some tonight. I have to I got a chance to transcribe some of my bujo to my gym notes. I have one more day of January to transcribe, so that's what I'm gonna do, just to keep up with my gym stuff in my phone instead of just written. But at the gym, there's nowhere to sit. But I had the urge, even though I was a little hungry for chocolate bars, I had the urge to stay at the mat to do it, just because things went well. So I was like, hey, but I couldn't do 2 days because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for chocolate bars. I'm not gonna hold out too long. So I was like, I'm gonna do the second day here, so at least I'll finish January, and then there's February and March, of course, but do a bit. And then if I manage that, like I didn't do my hair today, I just did the minoxidil. I didn't because I'd washed my hair and I oiled it the night before with coconut oil, which I rotate. And coconut oil it seems to leave the strands, the longest strands that go down to almost the top of my butt, which is about 5 strands. Which is invisible when I have my hair dry, but they're crispy, I guess. They're, damaged, but with the coconut oil on it, they feel smooth. So big ups to that. So I'm back to that. I'll put this here so I can take off. There we go. Yeah. And I still did not get HD. A mini drive, storage drive, storage chip, HD drive. I didn't get anything for storage to film, so there you go. I forget what you call it because it's been a while. And I don't have any of that for the phone, so I don't remember what it is. Whatever. I need to go to Staples to do that too. So we'll see. Hopefully I can catch up on stuff if I don't get any contracts for this week. But I'm satisfied. I'm pretty happy with my workouts. Even like if I'm all fucked up, I still have something I can do. And it doesn't have to be great, but it works. And yeah. So, all right. Let me get myself situated, and hopefully I don't get fucked up. So it's now 9:48 a.m. on Tuesday, the 11th of March. I got up at 7 naturally. I went to bed around 11, I think. Did I eat? Yeah, I had a meal. Because I had the chocolate bars and I had a meal. But, it went well. Let me get out here for a second. So I made a pact. I don't know what the word is. A promise. I made sure that I did not lollygag. As soon as I got up, got my toothbrush, brushed my teeth. Actually, no, I didn't. I did the hair first, quickly. I don't know, things went well. And, because I got like 8 hours sleep, so that was good. I don't think I went to the bathroom in between. Because I knew I had to go pick up money today. Oh yeah, I got a message from the guy, my first employer, who gave me another contract, that he wanted me to come after 1. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym. But I could take my time because there's a gym here, And yeah, so that's what I did. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I can probably contact the other person to meet her, which will take an hour. And she said for tomorrow, and I'm like, okay. So hopefully today will go the same as tomorrow. She wants me to meet her at 2. I'll probably do the same thing tomorrow as I did today. Yeah. I even made food and ate, so I have food in me. I'm a little distended, but I prefer that. And I brought rice with me too. I prefer being a little distended, so I won't have to worry about food for a while. But it's kind of like, I saw a video the other day, talking about, Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, wearing the same clothes every day. So you eliminate useless things that take up mind space. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I did today. Sticking to the essentials. I did not undo my hair. I undid it yesterday and just combed it and put a little coconut oil on the long ends, but that's it. And tied it up. So when I got up, it was just the minoxidil I had to do. Yeah.